There is a wonderful Buddhist tradition called the singing bowl, often used in prayer and meditation. It is an empty bowl, but when its rim is rubbed in the right way, the most ethereal sounds are produced. The beautiful tones were always there, hidden in the darkness and emptiness of the bowl. They must be called out so they can come to life. As children, we actually used to go out into the street and play. We would go around to our various friends on the block and call them out to play with us. It was always the same ritual. We would stand before the house of a friend and we would call out, "Oh, Frankie!" Silence. We would call out again, "Oh, Frankie!" Eventually the mother of the house would come out and we would ask, "Mrs. So-and-so, can Frankie come out and play?" Sometimes the mother would say, "No, I'm afraid Frankie's being punished today. He can't come out and play." Those were different times. Or sometimes she would say, "No, Frankie is still doing his homework. He can't come out and play until he's finished." But most often she would say, "Yes, Frankie will be out in just a moment." We wanted our friends to come out and play with us, but we had to call them out, and we called them out by name. In the same way, Jesus stood at the tomb of his beloved Lazarus, stood before the darkness of the tomb of the one whose death had caused him to burst out weeping. He stood before that darkness and called his beloved friend, called him by name, "Lazarus, come out!" But that call was addressed not only to that one that Jesus loved. That call was addressed to each and every one of us, because every one of us is lying in a tomb of darkness, a tomb we have made for ourselves. Perhaps we are lying in a tomb of fear or a tomb of shame. Perhaps we are lying in a tomb of selfishness. The Christ comes to us, calls us by name. "Lazarus, my beloved, come out of that dark tomb. Come out and play. Come out and live. Come out and be all that you can." Perhaps we are lying in that tomb of fear or shame, and we know we have some God-given gifts lying hidden in the recesses of that dark tomb. Perhaps we are afraid to come out, afraid that maybe we will not succeed, afraid perhaps that people will laugh at us, that someone might make fun of us when they see us for who we are. So we remain in that dark tomb, together with our gifts and talents. When we do not respond to the call of God to come out of the darkness, God's people are all a little bit weaker for it. Perhaps we prefer to remain hidden comfortably in the tomb, all wrapped up in ourselves. Sometimes it's a lot easier, a lot more comfortable not to come out, but to remain inside the darkness of that tomb, hidden away. Tombs must be a very comfortable place, and I hope they are, because someday I'm going to spend a lot of time in one of them. But tombs are not places we want to remain. Tombs are not places for the living. As long as we remain in that tomb, we are like Lazarus, bound hand and foot. As long as we do not have the courage to come out and be the special person God has created us to be, as long as we remain in the darkness of that tomb, we remain a corpse. Lazarus, come out! Jose, come out! Kathy, come out! God calls us each by name. And the name of each of us is Lazarus. For each of us is the beloved of God. And God is calling us out from the darkness into the light. One day He will call us out of the dark tomb of time and space, where we are bound down by the chains of time. Call us out to embrace the eternal moment, to embrace God. Lazarus, come out! We all go through periods of darkness in our life, periods of emptiness, periods of loneliness, moments of despair. But remember that it is only out of this bowl of darkness and emptiness that the sound of the singing bowl can be called. And God stands in front of our tomb of darkness and calls us out by name. Lazarus, come out. Come out of the darkness into the light. Come out of the tomb into the life. Lazarus, come out and play. Come out and live. Come out and be everything it is possible for you to be. Lazarus, my beloved, come out.